Damn it.
I got a freezy because I'm 11.
Just watch the edges of your mouth. Those things are dangerous.
So you get Rofy out of the hole. Can close it up behind him so no one else falls in the hole.
Thank you. I do not like it down there. It just sort of shakes and like water drips everywhere. I was like, I'm gonna have to dry this.
Tiny piranha comes out of like the cloak.
He like kicks it away.
I am also going to investigate. I'm more interested in like trinkets and things than I am books.
Yes.
Unfortunately for Tash. I am going to use a 20. So now
Okay.
Well, fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's honestly a really good idea. Okay.
I love Ollie was mid like sneeze and just made it even more aggressive when he heard.
Sneezes can be punctuation too. Okay, one moment, please. You do find something kind of amongst the ashen things on the desk and the little components. You find a little delicate music box. You actually know of the... Being into this kind of thing yourself, actually, you know, this kind of thing actually would sell for quite a lot. When played, there's a little tiny metal figurine of like a ballerina-esque figure moving and twisting, and it plays very simple tune that's somewhat nostalgic.
I love it. I'm definitely going to take it. Is it magical?
It doesn't seem to be. It seems to just be
I think I still have the
clockwork.
drugs in my system.
They probably would have worn off around now,
They would have worn off.
but it doesn't seem to be magical.
Alright, cool. I love it. I'm taking this. This is mine now.
No, I'll leave it. So Rofy's gonna walk over to his bag. You see him like put the gun up against him, like click, 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 like locks in place, and then he turns around back to it, and it's like the perfect height. So it's like the where a backpack would be with the stilts, and then just click, 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 stilts retract, and he's fine. And it's like it's almost
Clicks
as big
onto
as
his back. Yeah.
Yep.
So who is Tanuma to you?
Tanuma is very smart. She does amazing work, and I want to do better.
So you're a fan of hers?
Thanks. Not fan. Respect. She was willing to let me watch and learn from her.
I see.
Mila said she was going to do something for us and then disappeared. Do you think you could do that thing?
What is it?
Oh, you know, just taking a soul that's imprisoned in a thing and putting it into a body.
Oh, I assume I would have seen her work on attempts at that before. No, I wouldn't have seen any of that.
That was years. That's only been pretty
Oh,
recent.
okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, interesting. Never really thought about that. Maybe she's left some of her. Did you find anything? You saw you looking around. Did you find any research on it? I might be able to use their books. No.
Just the box. It's $5 now. She owes me quite a bit.
Really tried anything like that? I don't think so.
Be like kind of looking around for secret compartments and stuff too to see if there's anything of interest.
She already got the 20. I'm not even gonna make you roll. She found all that she's gonna find. Yeah.
Cool. Fair enough.
Is she holding that?
I
No,
immediately put that away.
Okay.
I scrolled it away. It's fine now. This is cool.
Bag.
It's gonna go with my dog collection.
Exactly. It fits.
Oh no.
I guess another thing I'd be looking forward to in here is signs aside from the encounter we just had, but any indication of like if there was something that went down here.
That is another
That is
investigation
smart.
check. Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I'll try.
Oh, you could be survival as well if you'd rather do that.
Whatever. I already rolled it. Okay.
Oh, damn.
I'll take it.
That's a pretty good roll. It does actually look like, because this place is pretty dusty. Well, it looks like it was dusty before all this fighting going around. You see the familiar heavy footsteps of city guard who have tramped all around the place a little bit.
Maybe we should look below. In the hole.
I believe that was meant to kill me. I don't believe it's where anything is.
I mean, what better place to hide something than a place meant to kill you?
She has a point. I will look in the hole.
You're gonna climb down into the hole?
No, like I'm standing on the edge and I'm just looking to see if looks like anything.
It just appears to be a hole filled with water and possibly
what I am
piranhas.
gonna do, actually, because this is a thing. I'm gonna take that lantern we have that the light works in the water and put that on the end of the rope and just like lower that down to see
That's
how
really
deep
smart.
it is and if there's anything else in the water too.
Can you give me a perception check with advantage, please?
Sure.
Oh no, that's like the Rofy's next to you, distracting you. That's very impressive. You must let me look at that.
Yeah, you can see it when I pull it back up. It's a candle that works underwater. Very cool.
He's immediately like pulls out a book and starts writing. Now, notably, he's not writing in like any language that you know of. He's writing symbols and stuff. They look interesting, and even like there's just they don't even look like a language. They're sort of all mishmashed all over the place. And then closes. Like, Now, this was my first stop. I have another stop. See, I'm trying to decide whether I should trust you.
Oh, you can trust me.
I just looked at that comment and then looked at Rofy. I'm like,
Do you know why they were destroying the books?
she was working on something for us in conjunction with us. And it would seem that there are some people who do not want such things to be worked on.
She was being hunted for unrelated reasons.
It's unknown.
just
Whatever the case
unfortunate.
was, someone
I
wants
mean,
to know.
honestly, who hires somebody to do something for them and then goes off and dies? It's just really terribly rude. Exactly.
Well, the next place I was going to look was Tanuma has a friend, and he does the full like air quotes down at a theater. He's like pulls out some notes, just like the South Long Road Theater, I think. Wait, I have a name. So, like he literally just like starts like ruffling around. Hilda. Like doesn't even find a note. He just remembers something. He's just like, Hilda. My name's Hilda.
Well, it would seem that our goals align, at least for the time being. So we should go there.
What are your goals? Are your goals to find her so you can continue your tutelage?
Pretty much.
Okay. Easy then.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, I'll just beam up at Doss.
Actually, oh no, you don't have your detect magic on anymore, so never mind.
you
later.
just
Maybe later you'll
wanted
get
to
that
tease
little
all
tidbit.
your little informations.
Yep.
Awesome. And you can start heading out off to the south side of the city. The long roads, which he referred to, are pretty, maybe not iconic to Narashiro, but important. in a kind of area of a city which is mostly merchants and high to middle class housing and stuff, kind of a little bit below the areas you live in. The long roads are basically a square that go around the inner edge of the city to all four corners, connecting them, aside from there's none that go through the middle. They're pretty big streets, flanked by buildings, very decorated, very important. You have to go all the way to the south side, to the South Long Road, where it's quite easy to find this theatre. By then, you know, the streets are not incredibly busy because it's a bit of an awkward time, and it seems like the theatre isn't running anything right now. The streets around it are flanked by a similar sort of almost white phosphorus lantern light with a metal lacing that kind of resembles spider webs that hangs between them. And the edge off here just goes down into deep parts of the city. The long roads are built on top of more buildings. The theatre, actually, is one of the ones that kind of... the building faces or kind of projects inward into the city. And so it's almost like the top of this theatre... Well, the theatre is the top of another building below it, which is very common, but rarely do you actually kind of see it so much. As you approach, it's clear that the theatre's shut. There's not even anyone in, like, the little ticket booth thing. It's just shut.
Didn't think of this.
Well, I just go up to the door. I'm assuming it's locked.
Yeah.
Only rat cats were here.
Nope, give me a chance. He's going to go up, pull out some random tools. Can I use sleight of hand for this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bear in mind, this is a public street.
While he's doing that, because this is a public street, I'm just going to stand there with my arms folded. Like...
Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah. Honestly, Rofy wouldn't think of that, so that's great.
No, exactly, yeah.
Oh, no.
Can you recommend a good, like, brand of thieves' tools for a friend, for a gift?
you say that, and the door, like...
He'll just, like, he'll raise the face. You can't really tell these looks, but it's almost like tilted head confusions. People sell those? I make mine. And he walks in.
Well, maybe we can buy some from you.
Ooh. That's a good idea. I like that.
We'll talk about
and
it.
he just walks in.
Okay. You can head inside, and this is how you imagine a very old school, almost movie theatre, less than an actual theatre. There's red carpets that are kind of crisscrossed with patterns on it. The ceilings are a little high, straight up when you walk in, stairs that go off to other sections of the theatre, but a snack bar kind of place that's selling all sorts of little candies and snacks and sweets and things. And you actually start to realize that this place is geared a little more towards children than anywhere else, which is pretty uncommon in Drow society because children are better not seen and not heard. Children and the elderly, lock them away. Unimportant to Drow society.
Might notice that a lot of things here are Rofy-sized.
Yeah. And it seems completely quiet in here at first glance. Looking around, there's clearly, if you just keep on going forward, you'd end up towards the actual stage. Maybe the stairways to the side go towards higher boxes and things like that, whereas there's stairs off to the further sides that go down that probably lead off to the backstage areas.
Any ideas about where? Never been in here. It's interesting.
I wonder if we could see a performance. Wouldn't that be fun? No? Okay, let's go.
Where are you going?
Yeah, where are we going?
Behind the stage area, I would imagine.
Okay. Well, considering there's actually nothing going on, you can actually just, like, walk up to the stage and go behind it if you so wish. There's this big auditorium.
Trouble getting on stage.
There's this big auditorium with Rofy-sized seats, mostly. It is a children's theatre. And what? Could you give me an insight roll, please, peoples?
I'm very curious. By the way, does Rufy still have like a mask on?
He has. Well,
yeah.
it's actually unlit in here.
Oh, if it's unlit, then he probably would have slipped it up.
Yeah,
Wait.
when you.
Rufy's a boy?
Rofy is a boy, yes.
Oh wow, I thought Rufy was a little girl creature.
Honestly, his voice would sound like masculine. You probably wouldn't like otherwise be very nondescript.
Huh. I'm going to advise that you keep your mask on, if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's unlit, but you can like move around very easily with your
Did I? No, I
dark vision. It's Voss who gets the area, the idea of first of all, you're walking through, you know, the stage of a children's theater, so like sometimes the floor is a little sticky. Some people have dropped candies and like discarded toys and things, but it's the stage that really attracts your attention, Voss, as you stand up on it. And this is a proper, you know, work of art stage. This theater probably hasn't always been geared towards children, and even then, whoever actually works here takes some great care into it. But there's something about the way everything's been left. There's these fungal wood displays of scenes during whatever play, and they're all very fantastical and very colourful. But they've just kind of been left when they've completely got places to stay. And similar to some of the props, leads you to believe that this place closed fairly suddenly, and it isn't just closed for the day. It's currently not in usage for some reason.
Oh no.
I'll point this out to the group. I'm just going to look around and say, I think your friend Hilda left in a hurry, it would seem.
I mean, I'm probably not the only one that knows that, you know, they're friends. This is a problem. Would she have a room to herself? Let's go find it. Like answering his own question before even like, waiting for an answer.
It's very easy when you go into like the backstage area that you can see the area where we like all the extras and people would be getting dressed and stuff, and then there is quite clearly the stars backstage room, which you would go over and is unlocked actually, although the door clearly does have a lock on it. And you can head inside and you can see first of all a couple of the play's costuming. One of them, which is very beautiful, once you maybe lift a light to it, because you're seeing everything in dark vision, which is all shades of grey, is this meant to represent this rainbow dragon, and it's all frills. Each one of these frills is a different colour, and it kind of all fades and is almost like a Chinese dragon kind of display, right?
So it's like the opposite of the mask that I had made.
Yes! But it's also a full body outfit.
Okay, gotcha.
And there's a couple other things.
Oh, I'm 100% gonna go up and pet the dragon.
It's very soft.
Touch it. Yes.
Also, can we take a short rest here?
Yeah, let's just close the door.
I realized we didn't do that in the other place, and like I'm a little hurt. So
I'm gonna try to get Voss to put the dragon head on. Like, look, it's like yours, but better.
Especially because yours is like a very serious. You see that dragon meme recently with the 3 heads, and they're all very serious, aside from one really goofy one. Yours is the serious head, and this is like big eyes. It's kind of got a smile, like a big tongue. Like it is a children's entertainment dragon.
That's okay.
I'm gonna try to take the head off.
Take a rest?
Yeah, you can. It does come off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna be carrying it around.
When we eventually find her, we just walk into her house with that. She's like, "What?" Yeah, I'm gonna do some of that as well.
Well, I'm just using my second wind before.
Oh, okay. That's smart.
Can you all give me perception checks, please, before you start rolling hit dice?
Oh, okay. Yep. Perception. Ooh.
You're taking a little route of the place, Voss, before you actually sit down and start bandaging wounds, and that pulsing is getting increasingly frustrating of the brand on your arm. You look around and you actually see in the stage 2 guards, quite heavily armored, actually with a lantern, looking through the place, and they spot you, and all of you hear, and it's like, "Oi, you! Stop right there!" And there would be a as they start running down the ceilings towards the stage, wielding their little hand crossbows at you.
I'm gonna wave hi.
Yeah, I don't draw my sword or anything. I just wait for them to get close.
Well, we heard reports that someone had broken into this place. Tell us why you are here, and perhaps we may pardon your judgment.
I'm
We
Yuna.
are here on official business of House Jarviskjir. And it would pay you well to stay out of our way.
Oh, right. I'm Univari Deveskos.
Can you give me an intimidation check, please, Voss?
Can you do it with advantage? so I'm helping
No, you're not helping me intimidating at all.
You're really not.
You are adding context,
Oh.
though. One of them kind of just rocks back ever so slightly on their feet, which lets you know that, I mean, you definitely had some sway. But the person who's actually holding the lantern says, "I do not believe House Jarviskjir has any theater activities.
And which house
No.
do you belong to?
We
Which
serve..."
noble house gives you the sway to determine what House Jarviskjir does and does not involve itself?
Risky play.
That's
Someone's
another.
missing.
That's another
And I'm
intimidation.
gonna actually take a step forward
Yeah,
as I
yeah.
say this and do that thing where you like flick the katana just ever so slightly out of its sheath.
Give me the roll.
That's
Oh,
not as
no.
good.
You feel like you've hit a nerve, because someone like Voss would know that pretty much all the city guard are people who want to be samurai, but don't have the bloodline for it. This is like going up to like a mall cop and saying, "Oh, you wanted to be part of the police." But
Oh.
this guy has a sword and a hand crossbow, and this guy does like the same motion, but with a back step, drawing their blade ever so slightly.
I'm gonna try to like calm things down a little bit, de-escalate the situation. We're just looking for somebody who's missing, and they were last seen doing business here.
That's a persuasion check.
hmm
The only people about to go missing of a lot of you. We're going to be
Not very
taken
nice
in
at
for
all.
questioning. And we will hope that the torturer is decidedly having a bad day. And he will nod
Very
to the other
rude.
one who takes out handcuffs and will
Wait,
approach
When he
Voss.
says that, I draw my sword and just say, "Try it, boy. It will be the last thing you do." And then
Initiative rolls.
I was like, "Is that?" I was like, "That's initiative." I'm
no.
assuming.
I was going to allow if someone want to go, "Oh no, wait." No, it's
No.
going.
Oh, Rofy was gonna like originally when they came in, Rofy like was about to talk and explain everything, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, sounds like they got this."
They
don't-
have it handled. They have it absolutely.
I don't have a token
handled.
on this map.
Oh, don't you,
No.
Tesh? Do you not? Do you not?
Hey, appropriately sized token.
Yeah, you're small. You're small size.
Yep, very.
I'll just use this ominous mouth thing to represent the city guard. 'Cause that's all they are. They're all blab. Hey.
Blah.
Okay, so it's only Rofy who gets the first act, which kind of makes sense because you kind of weren't part of this discussion, and they weren't really paying much attention to you as well, because something that a lot of you maybe didn't immediately notice. To most people, Rofy's kind of size and stature immediately makes him seem like a child. A drow child.
That's kind of why I want him to keep the mask on. So I can say, like, this is our child.
And that's why they
So
haven't
that-
really paid any attention to him.
I like the idea that like all throughout the second part of that conversation when it wasn't going well, Rofy popped down the backpack, clicked it off, was like fiddling around in there, and like as his initiative, he literally just pulls out the arcane cannon, turns around and thunk.
Just shoots a guy like almost point blank. Are you gonna shoot the captain or the other guard? The captain is being more intimidating. The other guard is the one going up to Voss with handcuffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the guy who's being more intimidating. I
That
think.
is the captain, yeah.
Yeah, so the captain. So let's do a shotty with that. Yeah,
That is going to be a hit.
sweet. And now we finally get to see the lightning damage. So it's just you feel that as Amelia sort of like standing up of hairs, the static in the air, and then just thunk, and the burst of electricity and impact hits the captain.
First of all, like, you're so close, like, you see the kind of just slug of metal just launch, like, through this guy's thigh, right? And there's a spray of blood across the pale stage, and the sunny, cute little display of, like, oh, sky and clouds, blood. But then he also staggers and screams as there's just electricity that surges in the aftermath, because that is a devastating strike. Absolutely. Because that ends up being 13 damage altogether, which is absolutely dirty.
And then I'm obviously gonna move back.
You're just gonna run away. Just gonna
full movement back, turn around, and aim again. Ready.
He is going to just yell, and as he does, he kind of flicks down the mask of the helmet, and is actually going to just charge Voss.
That's fair.
You get to suffer from
He draws his own Nodachi, and immediately I imagine as you draw yours and it just clashes the blade. Well, you already drew yours, so it just clashes. And he actually misses both attacks with you being able to parry both of them. The other guard, seeing that this is all going on, actually drops the handcuffs and just readies the hand crossbow he had and will fire at Rofy, which your AC is
15.
It's good. So yeah, that arrow kind of like whisks past you. Voss. Oh, I have very calm music still playing. This is battle.
This is not very calm. Sorry, I very quickly initiated things.
Oh, it was gonna happen one way or another, but you have a gun.
Fighting spirit for the last time today, and attack this guy directly that I'm clashing swords with.
That's loud. That's a 20.
I literally just like, as he goes to stab me, I step on his sword, and 17.
Fuck.
You straight up cut this guy's sword arm off.
Yeah, well, so something I wanted to specify about this too is I was actually planning on taking an arm if I could, but doing so like non-lethally.
Yeah,
I don't want to kill him. I basically just want to cut off his sword.
I get you. I saw what you were laying down. You just like up, and even in such a way that it's you know the blades are so good they almost don't cause too much bleeding. Right? That's kind of the quality of it. And he's just. You see, when you see a drow pale, you know that you've really hit them hard, and he kind of staggers back.
And as part of that same motion, I just like lock eyes with the other guy, just without saying anything.
Give me an intimidate check, because I thought that was so good. He like just puts his hands up, actually drops the hand crossbow, and he says, "How's Dveskos business? Understood." And he will kind of like pat his captain on the shoulder and turn and start walking away, and then very quickly get into a jog.
Yeah, as they're walking away.
The captain hasn't left. The captain's still there.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought. Sorry, yeah. Never mind. That's my turn. That's my turn.
Oh no, he is incapacitated.
Oh, okay.
He's
So, I mean,
also
I'm-
disarmed.
So yeah, if you're like out of combat,
Yeah.
I'm literally just going to like pull him up and just say to him, "You'll remember this as the day that Voss Nor allowed you your life," and then just like throw him away like the trash that he is, and then just look to the rest of the group and say, "Anyways."
I'm gonna wave bye to the captain.
As he limps away.
That was very impressive.
That device of yours is very impressive.
Thank you. I've been working on it for a while. It's, I lucked out in how I got the mechanism that launches the thing, but then the rest of it I built around it because I found that was awesome and I loved it. Click, 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 click. Back on backpack. So now, back
I didn't even
to...
have time to bribe them. You guys are so quick.
Closes
As I
the
said,
coin purse.
That was an option?
Many seem to rush to the edge of my sword.
Yeah. Didn't even think of bribery. Good option for the future.
Oh yes, very effective. Particularly once Voss gets scary.
It's very intimidating.
Are we gonna try to take a rest now?
Well, you did deal with the guard.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like sit down and start cleaning the sword. And it's just like, well, shall we?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You're
I
not
feel-
going to be bothered through this one.
A cup of that tea would be lovely
Okay.
right now, Univara.
Excellent. I'll make a salty.
Great. Also, I just love the imagery of these like playful children's like murals with just like blood.
It's just
actually-
one spray of
Yeah.
blood, and then you're sitting here drinking tea as well. It's just there's a lot.
Did he take-
There's a lot of layers.
Did he take his arm with him when he left?
No, that's an arm
Good.
and the
Okay.
sword, which is another Nadachi.
Ooh. It's nothing to scoff at, I imagine.
That'd be worth something if we want to take it, but
You never know when you might need a backup sword.
that's true. That's true.
That's
Never
very
hurts.
true.
I'll just take it.
I know which end to use. I could use it.
Speaking of someone who lost both their signature weapons in the other game we played
Yeah.
many times, take it.
Yeah. And like, I don't know if you want the arm to go with your collection of body parts for that nightmare you're building in the basement, but
Oh no, there's nothing special about that arm. It's just an arm.
that's true. There is nothing special about that arm.
There's
What,
plenty where that come from.
my specialty is more in the Arcana Tech area, but you seem to be very adept in general magic. Would there be a way to transfer that? And he points at his arm, where like the brand is, even if he's wearing armor, to that arm.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check really quick.
Uh-huh. There is theory to transfer a curse from one thing to another, especially in like fairy tales of someone being so generous as to take a curse from another and feel it to themselves. It's actually a very empathic thing to do. So it would be one of those things, if you wanted to like actually put time to it, I figure you could figure out a ritual on how to do this, but the other thing has to sort of let that curse in. So that dead arm, less so.
It's not gonna do it. Yeah.
Here is the thing. If I cut into Voss's arm right now, my theory is that the brand would just appear physically, but deeper in, right? If we cut off the arm entirely, it's entirely possible the brand would just appear on his shoulder, right? Or elsewhere. I don't think the brand is necessarily, like, physically where it is. I think it's connected to him as a person, right? Could I transfer the brand to somebody else? Possibly. I think that person would have to be alive, or say have a soul. Still attached.
Huh. That's a shame. Starts
But
writing
given
it.
time
Yeah.
and a willing participant, perhaps.
Well, good. At least it's
Remember,
waiting
not,
for him.
probably not.
But you definitely know as well of there are people who claim to be able to remove curses, right?
Probably there's an easier way to go
Claim.
about it
Yeah.
than that. That seems like a very roundabout way to handle the situation.
Well,
Does that
anyway,
make sense?
I think so.
Hmm.
He literally would just sit there and think for a second.
I wonder if you could
Makes sense.
capture some sort of contraption of yours.
Ooh,
What if you could use it for
that's an
later?
idea.
Suck the
he
curse
goes
out.
and starts like looking at things.
Write
and
that
trying to
down.
figure it out.
We'll talk to Brackus later. He's good at story things too.
I will in fact start writing down. Once again, you might see my notes this time, whereas Voss was next to me before. Once again, what languages do you speak?
Me?
Me?
Or
Yeah.
boss?
Well, either of you.
I speak deep speech, infernal, common, and drow.
You
I
might
see.
see. Oh, sorry, go. Yeah.
Undercommon, Elvish, and Celestial.
Okay. Well, Voss might see some. Do you speak Undercommon as well, Voss?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you speak Undercommon or Common?
Undercommon, I have it as common, but yeah. It would
Oh,
just be
okay.
Undercommon.
Then you would both in the symbols see maybe some letters of Undercommon, but they don't really match to words or anything. And then maybe some symbols look sort of like letters in Undercommon. You're not sure. It's weird.
Cool. Cool.
And he's just writing that down. It almost doesn't even look like it's coherent.
I would hand you a cup of tea.
Ooh. I like this. It's just drinking more.
Oh, good.
Have you never had tea before?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, this is our first tea ceremony. I get all excited.
It's very good. Very absent. He's doing that thing where he's just gone to reading and absent-mindedly drinking while reading, just zoned everything else out.
Well, that's what a short rest is, really, for a bunch of nerds.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Voss getting very bored while you and I research.
Boss is bandaging himself up.
Yeah, I'm managing myself up for sure.
Okay, so after an hour of time, what's the next move, party people?
I would like to investigate her room just to see if there's any sort of scuffle or anything happened
Yeah,
before.
that could be either an investigate or a survival roll. I know you probably don't want to do a survival roll, but
No, it's going to be an investigation. Oh yeah.
it doesn't seem like there's any sort of a scuffle. It does seem that. So here's the thing. You kind of look around. You maybe have a little bit of a Sherlock moment, right, where you see the clues. There's slight, slight watermarks on the ground, fallen tears. But she was standing, like, facing the door as if someone came to give her some sort of news that then made her cry and then very quickly pack all her things and leave. So it seems that Hilda heard something terrible and left with her things somewhere.
This is not good. Not good at all. He hasn't said anything else yet. He's just said that as he's looking around.
What's not good? I haven't found anything except the, bits and
Oh,
bobbles.
sorry.
Dragon.
Well, it seems that someone, or in some way, Hilda got some bad news, some very bad news, tears, and then grabbed all her things and left in a hurry. And say it's bad news because I worry that it's because she found out something happened to a friend. And he does it every time, by the way.
Why is it friend?
Because it's not a normal friend, it's a friend. You know, with the kissing and the thing.
Oh, just like best friends.
No. He just goes back to what he's doing. Just gives up.
Okay. That's troubling. We should try and find Hilda, and hopefully Hilda can lead us to Numa, or vice versa.
Can we find anything here that says where Hilda lives?
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea. Rofy would like be just shuffling things in. Is there an administration's office? We might be able to find out if she's paid, where she lives, if there's a record of anything like that.
It's canon.
Yeah, no, he would
exactly.
he would stumble on his words all the time.
It's not his native tongue.
No, it's not. Even in his native tongue, he probably stumbles his words. His brain moves faster than his mouth.
It's very likely. You have to find it. It wouldn't be in here.
Well,
let's go find that.
Let's take a look.
It takes no time at all. No, it takes no time at all to actually find where, because it's a theatre, it's a business. It does have an administrator's office, and it is a quite small room. Actually, has a window that looks out over the street, which is quite nice for everyone else, annoying to Rofy because light streams in. But it does have several large, log books and information, that kind of thing. Now is either an investigation check or a raw intelligence or a raw wisdom to look through the books to get relevant information.
I'm gonna roll straight wisdom if possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna roll straight intelligence. My God, I don't get a chance to roll straight intelligence often. Oh no, I'm distracted by the light. It's too bright.
you come in and it's hard to read when there's light streaming onto
while
the
they're
pages.
looking, Rofy is actually like trying to climb up next to the window and shut the window.
Like close the curtains, but
Yeah.
like the curtains are really tall because it's like one of those rooms that's just obnoxiously tall and you're short.
You know, he pulls out
You're
like
it's got like one of those hooks. Yeah.
and pulls it down.
Trying to pull the curtain close. In that time, Voss just like does the thing where he just opens to a random page of the book and it's the right page. He's like, there. The address. It seems that her house is in a place called the Fairy Market, which is not incredibly far away.
Nice job, boss.
Sometimes you just get lucky.
Did you find it already?
Yes.
He's like hanging from the thing, just
I just like hand the book and just point to the address.
It's a big
nearby.
book.
That's convenient. Well, let's go.
Okay.
It's like
You leave, you put down the mask, go down the street for a little bit.
No. What, I put down the mask?
No, he puts down his mask.
Oh,
you can keep you can walk around with a stolen piece of costume if you want.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what you meant, yeah. It's just walking around with that dragon head.
And it's written, now you're outside, it's like refracting the colors and it's glowy. It's
someone who goes into
Rofy
that
has to walk
theater
ahead of you. It's too
is gonna
bright.
be so confused when they just find a.
there's just gonna be a party of kids come in tomorrow morning and they'll just be like, ah!
They're just gonna find an arm.
That's a very impressive prop.
Well, how else are you gonna do it in this kind of city?
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Anybody who comes in and investigates, it looks like we just broke in, killed some people, and stole a dragon costume head.
Not even the whole costume, just the head.
I
Those damn
feel worse about the psychological ramifications of what I did to that man versus the actual physical one. It's like maiming someone is like whatever, but basically just telling him he's nothing and then proving it. I feel actually bad.
That is a villain origin story right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah.
That's like next character confirmed.
Yeah.
One-armed guy.
He's literally the one-armed man now.
You go towards this place called the Fairy Market, which is a little bit off this road, and a bit of walking enough to kind of see the nice little shops on the sides of the long road. Usually quite big businesses. The Fairy Market is built into a couple of tiers, all kind of walled in on itself. It's called so for two reasons. There's a actual real-life surface tree that grows through here, and it's a big oak that actually grows through the many tiers of the market, because it's a 3-tiered market. Has this kind of almost brass flooring that's semi-transparent with holes in it, so that you can kind of see and look and call up above and things like that. The tree is a little strange. There's these strange little statuettes that kind of makes it look like a bunch of fairies are being hung from the tree by their necks. It's one of those things where it's kind of hard to tell if that's deliberate or just an accident, or like deliberately morbid, because some of the artwork is in Narashiro. The market itself is a market for crafts. As you walk in, you pass immediately, someone selling arrows to the side and making bows and things like that. It's that kind of like handcraft is done in this kind of area. And honestly, you can probably find like, a doll stall around. And on the side of each of the tiers are pretty much rooms to doors to apartments and nice little buildings. And Hilda's is one of these on the highest part, where it opens up into quite a big space. If you're just going to go up to her.
We have, yeah.
Okay. You go up. You're knocking?
The door's not open, is it?
No.
Okay. I feel like I've asked that question so many times.
It's a valid question in D&D in general.
Right. Yeah, we'll give it a little knock.
I'm going to put the dragon head to the side, where it would immediately be seen upon opening the door.
That's sensible. And you know what else is sensible? Taking a little break. So we're going to do that. Stay hydrated, kids at home. That's what we do.
Stay hydrated.